a hit. Coffee's hot, the jokes are prime. Coffee with Catfish, morning time. Brew the fun, take a seat. Our daily chuckles can't be beat. Funny moments, sip by sip. Join us now, don't let it slip.
Good morning, folks. The time is 9:42 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 19th of June, 2025. Now, of course, that is the 20th for my time-traveling friends in Australia, my friends on the other side of the globe, those folks in Adelaide, those folks in Perth, those folks in the Gold Coast, those folks in Victoria, those folks in Sydney, and especially those folks in Melbourne. How's everybody doing this morning? And not just the folks in Australia, everybody. I hope you're all doing fantastic this morning. My name's Lee. I'm that guy who started these groups. There's two of them. Groups called WellIThoughtItWasFunny.com. You folks are you, and you're awesome. How do I know that? These groups, they're awesome. They weren't until you got here. Let's do the math. That means you're awesome, my friends. Thanks for making the groups amazing. And speaking of how amazing these groups are, we've got 794,000 members plus in these two groups of ours. That's crazy. We're almost at 800,000 members, folks. Insane. I am so happy. I'm so happy you folks have decided this is a fun place to be. I'm so happy that you folks decided this is a great place to share your stuff. I'm just so happy you made us the funniest city on the internet, folks. Population us, funny people in a funny place, making people laugh. We are really good at that. We have literally hundreds of thousands of people that come to the group every day and share and laugh and post. It's incredible, and it's just getting better, and it's only good because of you, my friends. You rock. Absolutely rock, my friends. Thank you. What's going on in your life, friends? I'd love to hear about your day. I really would. I absolutely would love to hear about your day. You know, my good friend Corey Buckner yesterday. Corey Buckner of collections.com. That's COLEXIONS.com. Fantastic community of artists. Go check it out. That's an aside, sorry. My buddy Corey Buckner left a comment on yesterday's video saying it was one of those days where, you know, he got his run in the morning. He was going to be working out later on. One of those days. Well, that sounds like a pretty good day, my friend. I really got to get working out because I am so fat right now. You know, I work for a hockey team, well, a bunch of hockey teams, actually, and football teams. And these guys are professional athletes, big guys. And I see, you know, they put their stats up on the board between periods and before the game. You get a guy that's 6 foot something. He's a professional athlete. He works out all the time. He skates like the devil. I don't think the devil skates. I don't know what that means. A lot of bulk to the guy. I'm heavier. I'm heavier than almost every member of the Calgary Flames. And if I keep going, I'm going to be heavier than all the members of the Calgary Flames put together. I got to lose some weight, my friends. And my friend Corey is a good example. I got to get off my butt and start working out. How did I make this about me? I'm so sorry. This is about my friend Corey. Sorry. Just complaining about my fatness, my friends. Corey, I really appreciate you sharing your day yesterday. I'm sorry about hijacking that mid-conversation. Hey, we got to talk about something, right? Corey, but I do appreciate it. You know, my friend Mitch Laird, that's right, our moderator, Mitch Laird, whose birthday it was yesterday, who had a little video greeting at the beginning saying, well, I thought it was funny, right before the video started yesterday. He had a great day. He went out with his mom for dinner. You know, you got to hang out with your mom on your birthday some days. And his mom's awesome, by the way. Lynn Isabel Laird. She's a fantastic lady. But anyways, they went out for a great dinner to the St. Louis Bar and Grill, I think it was called, here in Calgary, not in St. Louis. And they had all-you-can-eat wings. He said he ate 2 pounds of wings. I said, man, I was a little disappointed. I thought you could do 10. But he had a great day, too, yesterday, and it was good to hear. Yesterday, myself, hung out at home mostly. Got a little bit of laundry done. I know, it's the story of my life, laundry. I'm so excited. I watched a movie last night, actually, and I watched it in 3D. One of my favorites. Actually, I should say the original of this is one of my favorites, but I do like this. Is the remake was My Bloody Valentine in 3D, which was the first of the modern 3D movies that I've ever seen. Not last night, but I mean when it came out in the theater. I hadn't seen a 3D movie since the 80s when they were still using those red and blue glasses, and as far as I knew, 3D was just a nightmare for humans. with glasses, because you know those little plastic red and blue glasses, or red and green glasses, or whatever, cyan magenta glasses, they never worked well. Well, they never worked well, and they never worked well when you wore glasses. So years ago, when the remake of My Bloody Valentine came out, I was up in Edmonton visiting a friend. He goes, "Let's go see a movie." He says, "We'll go see this, the My Bloody Valentine." I was pretty excited. He already bought the tickets. We get there, I find out it's 3D. I was pissed off because I thought it's going to be, it's going to be those crappy little red blue glasses or whatever, and I'm not going to enjoy the movie. This was Real D, or whatever they call it now. It was the modern 3D, and I put the glasses over my glasses thinking, yeah, whatever. It was amazing. I had never seen 3D like that, and it blew me away, and I love 3D. So that's just the story of my first time watching the remake of My Bloody Valentine. Rewatched it again last night. I've watched it several times. I watched it in 3D on the TV behind me. I love that movie. I really do. And I love the original. The original is one of my favorite of the 80s slashers. I think it's a very important movie, and you really have to watch the director's cut if you do see it to see the way that movie was supposed to be. Either way, that's what I did last night. I watched a movie. I hadn't done that for a while, and I've been planning on it. And I love movies. Just sometimes I don't get in the, I'm not in the mindset for a movie. Last night I finally was. So that's what I did last night. Today, well, I have to drop off. I don't have to because I'm doing somebody a favor, but I reinstalled Windows on a friend's computer recently, and I've been having trouble getting hold of him. Just got a hold of him this morning, and I'll be dropping that off for him because, hey, you know what? I don't want this computer just taking up space in my house. It's a laptop. It's not that much, but it's just sitting on a counter somewhere. So I'm bringing that to him. Hey, Tyler, if you're watching the video, I'm pretty sure you're not watching the video. And then other than that, I want to do a little bit of running around. I want to go check out a retro video game store here in Calgary because I'm looking for a few games. And yeah, no other plans than that. I would love to hear about your day. Why don't you leave a comment on today's video? Just leave a quick comment or a long comment, anything. Just share what you want to share. If you want to drop some photos in that, that's fantastic. If you don't want to drop photos, that's all right. I'd love to hear about your day, my friends, and I'd love to talk about your day. It gives us, you know, some content for these videos. It makes these videos a little more interesting. So come on, let's hear about your day. What are you doing today, my friends? I'm really tired this morning, and my back is killing me. So yeah, I'm just whining. And I wasn't going to feature any posts, but, you know, going through the posts this morning, I found two that I really like. So we're featuring a couple posts. Yeah, I was going to chintz out today, but no, not getting chintzy. We're going to give you the full meal deal. We got two posts. One from Eve Cusac-Seale, or Seale. I'm really sorry. I've said that before, and I'm not sure I was saying it right. But you're funny, and you share a lot of great stuff, Eve. And then the next one is also from Lizzy Grin, and it's a name you should absolutely recognize because Lizzy shares so much great stuff on these groups. So does Eve, though. So they're both names you should probably recognize if you've been a regular on these groups. So let's start off with Eve's post. We're going to bring that up right now. Now, I bring these up. They're going to be right in front of my face, my friends. The reason for that is we also share these videos on Instagram and TikTok, and this just makes it so I don't have to reformat it when I'm posting it there. So sorry about this, but I promise you these posts are funnier than I am pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up Eve's post right now. Thank you very much, Eve. Okay, I'm gonna stop laughing and just shut up. Eve, I absolutely love this post. I really do. I like Bizarro. I think Bizarro is hilarious. If this, yeah, it is Bizarro. Clown lawyers. I mean, what can you say? Thank you so very much, Eve. Thanks for making me laugh, and I'm sure you made a bunch of other people laugh too. So I'm gonna drop that down. Next one is from Lizzy Grin. Another one that just made me laugh this morning, folks. Sometimes it doesn't take much. Sometimes it takes a lot, but this made me laugh, and I've seen this before. This has been shared here before too, but it was a long time ago. And yeah, I can see a clown. Speaking of the clown lawyer, I can see a clown taking a break from a circus show, just putting one of those up, like smoking. I'm overthinking the memes again, my friends, but who cares? They're funny. Eve, Lizzy, thank you for making me laugh. Thank you for making so many people laugh. Thank you for making people laugh every day. And I want to say thank you to everybody for all your posts that you share all day long, friends. That's the only reason why we have so many people here. It's because you've made this place a funny place, and it's awesome. Thank you so very much. All right, so where the heck are we here? I know I told you what time it was. I know I told you what the date was on my side of the planet, and for those freaky time travelers in Australia, those folks in Perth, Adelaide, the Gold Coast, Victoria, Sydney, and Melbourne, and other places down under. I also asked you about your day, though. Before I did that, I asked you about your day. I really begged you to just share a little bit about your day. Anything, my friends. Talked to you about my buddy Corey yesterday. He had a day, he had a good run. He was working out one of those days. Mentioned my buddy Mitch Laird's day and how it was his birthday yesterday. And he went out for a great dinner with his mom. Didn't eat enough all-you-can-eat wings, if you ask me. Then I shared a couple of posts, and I wasn't going to because I'm really tired, but these two posts made me laugh, and I thought, you know what? Don't be lazy. Share some posts. Those are from Cusac-Seale or Seale, and from Lizzy, Grin, both names that you should recognize. Then we got us to here, and from here, there's only one place I can go, and that's to the... Why do bananas use sunscreen? Because they peel. There's somebody at my work stealing iPhones. Eventually they'll FaceTime. You know what's remarkable? Whiteboards. My dad had a co-joined twin, but they were separated at birth. That's right. I've got an uncle once removed. What was Whitney Houston's favorite type of coordination? And I... What's better than Ted dancing? Ted dancing and singing. What's at the bottom of the ocean and shivers? A nervous wreck. I bought a ceiling fan the other day. What a waste of money. All he does is stand there and say, "Ooh, that stipple looks beautiful." What's a nosy pepper do? Gets all jalapeno business. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. I am so glad you come back for those jokes, my friends, because that's a lot of work some days. Today, I got 4 of those jokes from this book that I've been showing off over the last month. Dad Jokes, the cheesy edition, from @DadSaysJokes. That's the @ Dad Says Jokes on Instagram and on Facebook. I've got so many jokes from the 3 books that I bought from them, and they are the best dad jokes. They really are. If you like those kind of jokes, definitely subscribe to them or follow them or whatever it's called on Facebook, and do the same thing on Instagram. I'm not affiliated with them. I would love to be, but I'm not affiliated with them at all. I just want to, give thanks to the folks where I got my jokes from. I don't like stealing jokes, my friends. And I do like telling other people's jokes, so of course I'm going to credit them for their jokes. Speaking of that, I want to tell your jokes. I really do. Why don't you send in your jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com, and if I use one of your jokes, I'm definitely going to thank you, my friends. Like my friend Dave Knapp sends in jokes all the time. I thank him all the time. So appreciative of that, Dave. You've been keeping this joke segment going for the last few months. But that's what I'm saying, folks. You send in your jokes. If I use them, I'm going to definitely give you thanks. If you really want to do something cool, why don't you take a second and record one of those jokes? That's right. You telling one of those jokes, whether it's video or audio, I'll use either, my friends. I would love for you to tell your joke on my joke segment. I think it would be fantastic. So send your jokes, and if you feel like it, recordings of you telling jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. If you're outside today or talking to people on the phone or whatever it might be, interacting with humans, can you do me a favor? Can you try to make somebody laugh? Only if it's appropriate, of course. Like if you're getting crap from your boss, don't make your boss laugh at that moment. Maybe it's not a good time. If you're at a funeral, maybe let's not crack a joke. But if you're in a situation where it is appropriate and you've got something that can make somebody laugh, do it. You make somebody laugh, you make their day better, my friends. And hey, can I ask you one more favor? Really easy one. I need $50. No, I'm just kidding. You're as important as anyone else, my friends. You really are. And you deserve to be happy and you deserve to laugh. So, what am I saying? Please find something that makes you laugh too. Whatever it might be. And if it's particularly funny, why don't you share it to the group and tag me, Lee Kempster, in it and saying, this is what made me laugh today, or whatever. Use your own words. And there's a really good chance I'll use that as one of my posts, one of my featured posts tomorrow, my friends. Let's do it. Come on. Make a couple of people laugh, and you're one of those people. Got a store. I should say, because there's not just me in this group. We've got a store with some great products. I've got these shirts. I've got these amazing hoodies. I've got some great coffee cups, including to-go cups, stickers, lots of stuff. I'm gonna play a cheesy video that I play most days. It's a poor excuse for commercials, what I'm trying to say. But I'm gonna play it really quick. We're gonna come back. I'm gonna tell you how wonderful you are, and then we're gonna wrap it up. All right, folks, really quick. We have a great store where we've got these fantastic coffee cups. We've got hoodies. We got shirts. Heck, we got shirts. Look at this. We got shirts. This is my 3/4 sleeve rock shirt, like they call it. Why do I call it that? Because it reminds me of concert shirts that I used to get when I go to concerts. I still get them. I still go to concerts. That's what this reminds me of. We got shirts. We got hoodies. We got a regular t-shirt. I'm going to bring that up right now. You can see all three of them right there, my friends. They look great. They're great quality, and they're going to look good on you because you're already a gorgeous looking person. Gorgeous looking person. Great design. Wow. Unstoppable. Told you I got a coffee cup. I also got a 25-ounce to-go cup. Really good quality cup. Keep your hot beverages hot, your cold beverages cold, and look good and represent the group at the same time. What else do I have? Oh my gosh, my friends, you're not going to believe this. I got a tote bag. I'm sorry, I sound like an idiot. I got this great tote bag. That's Rose Glad there with her tote bag saying not only is it good for groceries, it's good for books. And as you can see right there, it's great for hauling around your rubber chickens. Thank you, Rose. That rocks, and you rock, Rose. Folks, check out our store. We got a lot of cool stuff there, and I'm sure there's going to be something there for you. And if you buy one of our shirts or our hoodie or one of those coffee cups, or we have a phone case, we've got stickers. Let's see how you represent, my friends. So visit the store at store.wellithoughtitwas.com. Thanks again for sitting through those commercials, or that commercial, and that little weird ad there for the t-shirt with the cow. I worked hard on that. I'm sorry. But I really do appreciate you sitting through there. Folks, I'd love it if you did visit our store, if you did pick up, one of our coffee cups or a shirt or anything from the store. Any little bit's going to help, but I promise you, they look good. They're good quality. And like, if you're out and about with that shirt, I'm not lying when I say people stop you and ask you about it. And I've had so many people scan the QR code on it to join the group. It's funny. It's in a good kind of funny. I think it's great. So thank you for that, folks. Thanks for humoring me. We are going to wrap it up now, my friends, but not before, as I said, before we went into that commercial. I tell you how wonderful you are. You folks are so wonderful. You make me so happy. Every day I look at the numbers in the group, and I can't believe it. As I say, we might be on a race to 1 million. Those are the fingers crossed there, We don't want to get jinxed, and it's been a bumpy ride along the way too. We've lost the group for months. We've had the group under restrictions. We've had a lot of weird things happen. I lost my main Facebook account for a month and a half. I mean, it's been rough, and a lot of that has been due to attacks from scammers and those bots and stuff like that. But it's been worth it, and it is worth it. I'm making it sound like I'm wrapping things up like for good, like I'm not going to be doing any more of the group. No, that's not true. We're going forward like usual. Just want to say thank you. Thank you for being there when things were great, and thanks for being there when things were crappy. Thanks for going to the new group when we asked you to go to the new group, and just thanks for making us funny, because that's why people come here, is because you made us funny, my friends. 794,000, almost 795,000 people in this group, heading for 800,000. More people than a lot of cities have population. I said it earlier in the video, and I love saying it. We're the funniest city on the internet, my friends. Population, you and I. We're just funny people, and this is a funny place, and we're making people laugh. I love repeating myself when it's stuff like that. Friends, I'm gonna be here again tomorrow. I really hope you're here too. Maybe we'll have a couple of new people, but even if we don't, we have the greatest group in the world, the funniest city on the internet. All the love, my friends.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny. Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.